Now go slowly up before you don't go too fast up because she's gonna want to come up. So go ahead. I just want to see where the counterbalance is at. Okay, right about there. Very good. As you can see, it's kind of violent. Don't be scared. You're not going to pass the ground in case you fall. All right, let's start the process all over again. So if this was an evacuation, you have to be ginger a little bit, I'm sure. Be safe. Go ahead. And now you have no emergency going on, but you're about a third of the way there. You can make it come down as fast as you want. Don't worry about it. This is just, I just want to pretend it's a you know, there's an emergency. Because usually during a fire, you're not going to have that much time. If I was behind you, I'd be kicking your butt right now, saying, "Dude, what are you waiting for?"
They wouldn't want to bounce us.
Good. It hit the ground. Very good. All right. So now, do me a favor, and you're going to step off of it for a second, and I want you to see how quickly it goes back up. But catch it so it doesn't go far. Let it go and grab the grip. All right. So now bring it down, and just. We're doing a fire escape inspection. Oh. All right, so now you're gonna just hold it in position, put your foot on it. This just to indicate what a fireman would have to do in case there's a fire. Somebody would have to sit here and physically hold the thing. So if you can hold it down here for a second, I'm just gonna do a quick run up. Yep, so we got some rust in on the top of these treads. So that's an indication that they changed the bolts, but the rust has actually been building up in there. And some areas have more rust than others. Okay. But again, it's not that bad, but you got at least 1/8 of growth of rust. From up here you can see where the water is accumulating and getting in there between the angle, and that's mainly the only thing holding other than this crisscross. There's been some reinforcement of these plates back here. But again, welded connections that weren't sealed, and you're getting water eating up the welds. Some rusty tears on some of these. So it looks like a lot of these, they basically pop the bolts, but then instead of, they did a full bead weld on the top on these. So as soon as you put the bolts back in this thing and sealed any more water from getting in there, we should be all right. You've got your shoes that are basically rotting out the top, so these need to be cleaned and then sealed. And look how much you're getting there. Structural crack on the entire wall because these things, through rust jacking and ice jacking, split these things. A lot of rust buildup in these corners, as you can see there. A lot of rust buildup in these corners there. A lot of rust buildup, pop bolts. Shoes, standard maintenance requirements. So a lot of these treads, I think, here, up here at the top, these are the original truss rods. They go through. I think the bottom was, may or may not have that truss rods. I gotta check. Again, gusset plate these back here to avoid having to load test that. Gusset plate it back here to avoid having to load test that. Just need to verify through a pull test. Make sure that's still anchored well into the building. Get behind you and clean these things out. Then seal these up with silicone or tar to avoid. Seal that corner up so that water doesn't get back in there, cause any rust jacking or ice jacking. So again, welded. As soon as you bolt this back up again, the welds don't need to be load tested and or x-rayed for verification purposes. A lot of these brackets, a lot of these boxes that hold your grating need to be rebolted in all the corners. Ladders have all original hardware, change those out. Original hardware, change those out. Tie backs into the building. Re-verify this is the fire escape for the
for the firemen. Look at that. Exposed nut and bolt. And down there you can see the exposed nut and bolt there. So change those all out. Make sure you have no wires or anything here that's going to hurt somebody. And with that, fire escape needs refurbishment and or load testing in order to satisfy the fire marshal's violation. Any questions, fire escape engineers? Inspector Meneses, 800-649-3333.